Oh, hey YouTube, what's happening? Oh, it's Touhou again, and this is Type QQ again. In the last video, I called that a trash run. A trash run. I called that a crash run. Well, you haven't seen crash or trash until you've seen this run. Good God, good God. I'm just gonna hear and sulk and mutter to myself this entire video. Oh, feel the rage. You were going to feel the rage. That was just moments ago for me. If you've never seen an adult male rage playing Touhou before, look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. There's some really good things in this run. And then, we take a nosedive, Hulk Hogan. We make the ultimate sacrifice, Hulk Hogan. I don't even give a shit. I don't even give a shit. I think we're doing well. We're making progress. It's just one of those things. Like now, I'm like, now that we've seen, our 15th murder, the dead bodies don't really bother us anymore. I guess is what I say. I'm just like, I'm just I want to say gutter shocked. That's not the right word. There's some trench shock, bullet shock. I'm just gonna system shock, shell shock. I think that's it. I had to go to my memory of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shit to actually find the phrase that actually is. It's shell shock. You fucking moron. God damn it. Fuck you, Butterfly Girl. Oh, we do some really good stuff. Really good stuff. And then we fall apart. Like good ideas in American politics 2016-17. But you know what happened tonight? I watched the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight, boxing match. I don't know. God knows I didn't pay $100 to see it on Showtime. That shit can fuck right off. I watched it on Periscope on Twitter like a normal human being with a functioning brain. But I'm glad someone paid for $100 and bootlegged it to like hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah, it was an okay fight. I just don't know if boxing's my thing. And I think the sort of universe kind of corrected itself. I don't know if that's the right word. You're like, so what happens when a normal person goes against a professional boxer? Well, the professional boxer mauls the fuck out of him. Okay, so what happens if like a professional athlete of another combat sport comes in and faces a professional fighter? Well, the professional boxer will still win. It will just take a little bit longer. What if he's a mixed martial artist? Well, I think the boxer's still going to win the boxing fight, but, maybe it will go late in the match and maybe it'll just be out of exhaustion. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. Like, Jesus Christ. Who bet the results to this? I bet anyone who's a longtime boxing fan could tell you exactly, round by round, what could have happened. But I mean, I guess that's kind of the tease of it all. Like, what could happen? I'm like, oh, what happened was exactly what was going to happen. I didn't necessarily have like a favorite going into it. As we get our second extends, I was interested. It felt like one of those big sporting events that you can't miss, like the Super Bowl. And I cared pretty much just as much. Nice hit there, I do declare. But I suppose you could say it's a victory to some regard that the UFC fighter lasted 10 rounds and didn't get knocked out. The referee had to stop the fight and say, okay, you punched this man in the face enough. So, I mean, the professional boxer didn't kill the man. He didn't knock him out convincingly. You know, I felt like, I think what the announcers were saying, that, like, Mayweather had a few different ways this could lose. You know, if he goes to the judges, you know, the UFC fighter wins, no matter who he picks. You know, it's the responsibility of the boxer to murder this man with this craft that he's honed his entire life. And of course, if Mayweather loses by decision or gets knocked out, that's another way to lose. You know, Mayweather just has to kill this man, like, plain and simple, to save his sort of dignity. And, you know, he beat McGregor up pretty good near the end of the match, end of the bout. And the referee stopped it before, you know, McGregor, like, got knocked down to the mat. But still, the man stayed on his feet the entire time, so, you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, that was such a good kill there. I love that. Alright, no more boxing. I'm not that fucking thrilled about it to go on with that much. But, I don't know. Maybe it's better to talk than the stupid run. My god. But you know what also has kind of soured my spirits? I don't know. For some sort of weird reason, I'm trying to find a game that I can play secondary to Touhou. I've been playing Xenodyne R. However, I'm really kind of butting my head against the same shit over and over with that game. I mean, I love that game. I love these, you know, I like the developer. But maybe the fact that it's not a caravan style shooter, it kind of you know, it strokes me the wrong way when it comes to kind of replaying it over and over. Because we're getting to that sort of third or fourth level, wherever that may be, and I'm just getting crushed in the head every time. So there's a few videos that I've backlogged that I've just plain deleted that I haven't really loaded, because it's just like, I've made that video before, you know. We've gone to these enemies and been killed and be like, yeah, that's it. So, I don't know. Maybe Xenodyne R is kind of losing my favor a little bit. I've been thinking about playing more Fire Arrow, just because, you know, I just can't get enough of that game in particular, but yeah, what really kind of, I think, soured my spirits as we crossed 6 lives. How do you like that? That's quite height to fall from, right? I loaded up against my better conscience, if that's the correct term, to play Space Mafia DX, if you fucking believe it, right? And I guess that's going to be another video that might just rot in my backlog. You know, I haven't played that game in months, and we got to the moon and died with like 15 seconds remaining. For those who don't know, the moon is the final boss, and instead of just like beating the piss out of it, you just have to kind of like wait out the clock as its attacks get increasingly more and more difficult to dodge. Here we are at 7 lives. How do you like that? Look at it up there, that almost maximum lives with 4 releases, excuse me. 3 releases, excuse me. And then a death. Fucking hell, man. I think that, I don't necessarily think this is the beginning of the end here, but that was certainly a real stupid dodge. If you even call it a dodge at all, I think I may have just like let that slow-moving bullet just collide with the side of my head. But I think at the time it didn't necessarily bother me too much, just because I'm like, hey, shit, we still have 6 lives, we're doing really well, all things considered. That release did not hit whatsoever. Which is not the biggest shame ever. I mean, our modifiers at 32k, which is not so bad. Yeah, that was a pretty good release, and we're not really going to let this slide either. Another good release there. So it's like a release bomb, release combo that really got us out of that attack from hell that we really have a lot of trouble with and just kind of claims our life. Yeah, some real aggressive, just kind of like, if you're going to sit there and take it, we're going to just dish it out. So 52, aimed at our 70 mil And this is kind of this is the sort of meat grinder stage for us right now. If we can get through this stage, facing the boss, with moderate health, I'd have some, optimism, I suppose is the word, I guess. I'm not sure. There goes one life. But yeah, I was playing Space Moth. In the back of my head, I was wondering, like, well, I've been playing shoot 'em ups for X amount of years, X amount of months since Space Moth. Maybe by some sort of osmosis, I'm better, and I can go back to the game and really beat its ass. I mean, that's certainly one game I want to 1cc and then uninstall. There goes another life. And never speak of or talk to ever again, you know. You know, one of those bucket list games. Not that it frankly deserves it, but, you know, we have like almost 20 episodes of the, on the channel of the game where it just abruptly ends because I'm sick and tired of it. You know, so it is certainly like public enemy #1 at this point, but, you know, there was a certain point when I was playing it that, you know, after our notorious, like, 6-second, like, death, that I just couldn't play it anymore, and I was just getting worse and more frustrated with it, so I just left it. So, I mean, we booted it up and got got 16 seconds away from beating the game, but, you know, so I mean, I guess that's good, but still, it's a frustrating game, and just a waterboarding, you know, self-waterboarding simulator, that sort of thing. It's not that I hate the game, it's just that the final boss is a giant load of fuck, you know, and it's one of these, I've gone on about it before, how I felt like some games should teach you things, and then test your skill in them. You know, Space Moth kind of does that, and then throws a last boss at you that does nothing of that sort. You know, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know if I use the Mega Man analogy, but Mega Man's kind of like you beat everyone up and you find out their weaknesses, and then you kind of use their weaknesses, and, you know, boom goes the dynamite. But, like, imagine if, you know, you faced Sigma or Dr. Wily at the end, and he had no weaknesses. In fact, all your weapons healed him, and what you had to do instead was just jump on his head like Mario, you know. You're like, well, shit, I couldn't jump on any, you know, enemies like that before, you know. Oh, but I have to do it on the final boss. Or not even that. The more realistic one would be, if you did nothing for 3 minutes, the boss would just, you know, just drop dead eventually. There I go again, yelling and screaming at literally at the moon about Space Moth DX again. While we face Miss Naruko again, who is pretty much the gatekeeper to our 1cc, at least at this moment. Although I think that title is quickly changing to the next level boss. So it's getting real scary without a bomb there, but and you can tell, you know, just how impatient I am as I'm just getting annihilated now. I mean, now we're just like, for lack of a better word, just skull fucking the boss. Like, I've just had enough of you. And certainly at this attack, she has no chance of surviving anymore. Yeah. And there I stand at the top left corner away from the boss, so she can't touch me while she's talking about some shit. Alright, so here I would say is mostly the, you know, the gatekeeper, I suppose, or the gate, rather, for our 1cc. I don't know if I can really say that without even facing the boss yet, but this certainly has been where our carcass lays more often than not lately. A decent score so far, 90 mil, 98 being our best out of our 100 mil extend coming up. which actually seems pretty likely as things are quickly bouncing up, which certainly does tend to happen when you have 41, just under 42k in points, point modifier. This is a fuck of shit as well. No bomb, no release, there it is. Only so much I could dance around that nonsense. Extend there at 100 mil. So that's at least, as much as I rail and complain, we have beaten our high score. But, fuck that up entirely. It's way too fast. So we kind of hit the reset button with the bomb there. The second batch of lasers here are not nearly as bad, but I'm kind of like, oh, look at all these fucking points, I want them. 150 mil is our next extend. It really doesn't seem like that's completely unattainable. We're at 113 mil. Alright, I do believe these sort of yellow star attacks, I think the last bit of them before our boss fight, I think, but I could be wrong. Alright, here we go. 3 lives, 1 bomb, looks like 5 release. Yeah, and if you want to see just a sort of just the palpable rage. Missed that one, I believe. And that one really sucks because now you have to, and that's it. I just can't, you know, after escaping that last attack, you know, I just can't get up there to hit him. Luckily, this one's so slow and kind of weak to start off with, you can kind of, attack her. And there I am running into it like a goddamn idiot, but I was like, I want to hit both of them, and there we go, just shredding 2 lives like a goddamn moron. And just drop that right on her. Way too early, way too early. And wouldn't you know it, wouldn't you know it, that attack from the previous boss comes in with sort of winding laser gets us once more. So we leave our imprint here with cunt fuck. And that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll come back and play some more.